takes a village. It honestly takes a village to do anything like in life when it could go from your personal life to business to just anything that you want to level up because you cannot do it on your own. Like even
Lean on him for, as much protection and such because life's going good. Like many people, I think, only go to prayer when they're at rock bottom. Welcome to the Rain from Within show. I'm Shane, your host. Everybody in life has a story, and most people try to carry it alone, even when they don't have to. This show exists to share real stories of scars turned into strength. One-on-one convos with real people, many from the strength community, about what actually helps somebody grow from the inside out. Today's guest is Elizabeth. We call her Lizzy Villegas. Elizabeth, okay, sorry, we're just going to refer to her as Lizzy. Lizzy believes something that a lot of people forget. No one is meant to do life alone. We all need a village, people who see us, support us, and help carry the weight when it gets heavy. So in this convo, we talk about what it looks like to be deeply kind, how giving without support can slowly drain you, and why strength isn't about being self-sufficient, it's about being supported in the right way. We're going to get into how, having the right people around you can literally change everything mentally and physically and emotionally, and what shifted for Lizzy when she finally stopped trying to carry everything by herself. So if you enjoy this, make sure you like, subscribe, and help us get our first 100 5-star reviews or whatever reviews. I would hope it's a 5-star, whatever you feel fits it best. And also, if you want to be the next success story, head to strength.com/athlete to learn more. That said, enjoy the show. Totally agree with you. It's one of the easiest things to be is kind. And it's something that's also the easiest to take advantage of and for granted. When I was growing up, I was known as like the nicest kid. I didn't like it at the time. I was like, oh gosh, like I don't want to be like the nice guy. You know what I mean? But it definitely, I mean, it's got a lot of pros to it. I mean, if all you're known as is someone that's kind, and my dad is a big advocate of this as well. He says all you need to be is humble and kind. And that's something that I think we both tell each other. And sometimes him and I, we butt heads on is it's like, okay, we say it a lot because we need to hear it. Like maybe we struggle sometimes. And, I think you come from a little bit of like, do you believe in God? Are you from
yes, I am Catholic. I grew up Catholic. I've been going to Catholic school from my whole life except college, from kinder through eighth, and then high school until I graduated.
Very nice. Yes. I didn't like Catholic church growing up. I despised church because I was forced to do it. Did you have a different experience?
Yeah, so I think growing up, like since it was just like I was in a Catholic school every Friday. It was Friday and Wednesdays. We always had to go to church in the morning. And it was just kind of like a program. Like when I was little, I felt like I was just programmed. Like, oh, okay, we're going to church. I would just sit there and be like, they would say whatever they would have to say, whatever's the reading for today, and I would just sit there. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie, like I would get tired and then like be falling asleep like this. But I think once I got older, I was in sixth grade. My mom was in a shooting. She was it was St. Gabriel Regional Center shooting, and I think that's when my life turned. That's when I got really close to God, and it was very scary for me. I didn't know until she got back. Like she didn't tell us. We didn't communicate because she was just going there for a meeting. And when she came back, and then we were seeing it on the news, and she was like, I was just there. And it was just like so shocking to me. Like, my mom could have died that day. Like, I couldn't have my mom anymore. And that's when I turned to God, and I put my faith in Him, and I just prayed. I just got really close to Him. I would pray every morning, every night. I would go to church. I would read the Bible. I would talk with my religion teacher more, and just feeling that connection. And I think that's when, after like sixth grade, after that, going into eighth grade, my relationship with God got really close. And then it just fell off. Like, I guess like everything, everything's going good in life. I'm like, it's sad to say, but I'm like, I don't need you anymore. But of course, you always need God. that I was going through like a hard time. Again, in high school, I found him. He's always there for you. Like, man, I love him so much. Yeah, so and then he was always there for me. My relationship got better. It fell off again. Hey, I'm doing good. I don't need you. And then recently, probably like around a year ago, no, 2 years ago now, because we're in 2026. I found him again, and that's when like I stuck with him. And I always used to say like the universe, but now I just say God because I mean I think they're the same. Like God is the universe. Um, I know people have their preference, and I totally respect that. But God is like number one for me. He's helped me through a lot. He's my bestie. Sorry, I know we kind of got off topic, but yeah, that's
No, that's amazing. I'm so glad we're talking about this. And just to, you know, save myself from what I said before about, Catholicism, I just didn't like it mainly because I was forced to go. But
Mhm.
just like you, as we get older, we appreciate it more. We go through things like, for example, that or the shooting that your mom witnessed that she was okay on, thankfully. And you have these moments where you're kind of, like you said, you have amazing things going on in life and you kind of forget about him and you think, oh, I don't need to lean on him for, as much protection and such because life's going good. Like many people, I think, only go to prayer when they're at rock bottom and they're dealing with the
Mhm.
hardships. And it's very easy to accidentally build pride up too much. And I mentioned this in another podcast is, you know, in Proverbs 2 and 3, it talks about praying to God and praying that He fills your mind with wisdom and your heart with love. So you don't deal with the pride, especially with the wisdom, filling it with wisdom and leaning on Him, especially in the good moments too, right? So that's amazing. I'm very glad to hear you've been putting Him first. And yeah, so take me back, like, the last year or so, what's been going on in your life, Lizzy, and kind of like what happened and leading it into how we got introduced.
Okay, so yeah, let's talk about like in the beginning of last year. In the beginning of last year, um, I was gonna have a surgery. So I had that surgery and I didn't go to the gym for what was it, like 3, 4 months? April, yeah. Very March, April. I went back in May. I was doing good, just slowly, slowly but surely. If you ever had like surgery before, you can't just like fully go into it. You just gotta like easily go into it. I
Yeah.
started like at zero weight again. And also during that time I did gain weight. I gained, I think it was like 10 to like 15 pounds. I was just at home, I was eating, and I gained weight quickly. And the first thing, like when I do gain weight, it goes to like my stomach and my face. Like that's the like first thing. So I was like, oh, but it's okay. I'm like, I've been through this before. I know I could lose it. So just slowly but surely, I was going back to the gym, what I could do. The months passed. I kind of like speed up the process a little bit because summer was coming. That everybody in summer they're like, gotta walk in, gotta walk in. I was doing more cardio and everything. My birthday's in summer too, and then we were going to Mexico. So I was like, okay, let's fully lock in. I was eating a little bit healthier, tracking a little bit here and there, but nothing too crazy. Fast forward to August. Um, I wanted August, September. I think it was like around yes, it was September. It was like September, October is when I met you guys. During August, I literally remember this because it was in the beginning of the year, and I was taking my little sister. I was picking up my little sister from practice. Um, and then I was just going through TikTok. I was like there early, and then I saw you guys, and it was like looking for ambassadors, and then like you were showing like on TikTok, and I was like sign up. So I signed up, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna give it a try. You know what? Like this is something I've been looking for, and then going back again to like in because it was like around August, September. Throughout those months past, I was just like feeling very low. How I said like I felt like this year was like a fill-in year. I was like that's already it was like okay, we're already mid-year, and what have I did? I felt like I was just doing like the basics compared to what I was doing last year. I wasn't as disciplined with my meals. Maybe it was because of my surgery. Maybe it was because how I was feeling. Maybe because I got overweight. Who knows? Um, but it was just like a lot of emotions with my inside myself. And then like I said, the people around me too, I felt like that was maybe affected me even more because the gym is my output, like, for life. That's, like, my therapy. Whatever when I go to the gym, I leave, like, everything else out. Like, this is just me and the gym. Like, we're just working. I put on my headphones. I put that, like, badass playlist, and I'm like, "Okay, I got this." Yeah, literally, I lock in. So, I think at that time, it was just a lot going on. So then that's why I'm like, "You know what? I feel like I need a group of community. Like, I need something. Like, I know I need something. I don't see my friends as much. I've gained weight. I mean, I'm doing good, but I feel like I could do better. Um, I don't feel like I'm doing as much as I should, like with my life, especially like in going, because I just turned 21 the last year. So going 22, I'm like, okay, I'm 21. And then this is the year that I'm 22. I'm like, okay, I should start like moving forward. But I didn't feel like that. So going back to now, like in August and September when I met you guys and I got the text back, I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, like what?
Yeah.
And I thought it was so cool. And then once we start the process, I got to meet you. I got to meet Diego. I got to meet other people of the team. They were so welcoming to me. And I just felt like, I don't want to say like, well, I do, like at home, because I just felt like I could be me. And everybody in that community in strength has that same mindset. I'm like, what? Like, this is what I've been looking for. Like, where have you been?
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm sorry. And then what was the question for? I think I just started like going on and I forgot
No,
the end
this is
question.
I love tangents and no, so I was actually looking back at our or because we have documents internally where we keep track of notes and a little like behind the scenes of strength for a sec for the viewers. I don't typically get to talk to strength athletes like one on one, but back in October and November, we were through this season where I was really working on like internally. I want to know how the athletes are thinking, what they want. So I started taking one on one calls, and normally I don't do that. Like, this is the only time I get to talk to people one on one. So Lizzy and I have pulled up what she was talking about when we first hopped on our first call, and she wrote down, if you don't mind me sharing a little
Yeah,
bit.
of course. Go ahead.
Okay, so you said, okay, this was October 2025. You said, I really want to lock in for real this time. I know I can reach my goals on my own, but having support makes such a difference. Now I feel like I'm part of a team. I don't want to disappoint anyone. More importantly, I want to show up for myself. And yeah, you talked about, of course, how what you do for work is you help your family's business. You talked about how you support adults with disabilities, which I think is amazing. And it takes a very special type of person to do that. My sister helps with kids that can't hear as well. So it's definitely not for uh, it's not for everybody. Like, you have to have so much patience. And I feel like with how you were brought up, you were forced to have to build such a strong foundation of patience. And I think that's why you probably do extremely well in your job. And the fact that you're getting success on the team is because you understand this doesn't happen overnight. This is it's a journey, not just it's a marathon, not a sprint. And yeah, you have a little sister too, right? 14-year age gap.
Yes, yes, my little Sophie. She's
Tell me about
turning
that.
9 this year. Oh my God, I love that kid so much. I mean, how I always talk about her, we're yin and yang. She's completely opposite. She is like, but we like match. Like we match completely. Honestly, everything that I do is because of her. I felt like I always tell my mom, like now that I'm a little bit older, I'm like, thank you for giving me her. I feel like without her, I would go crazy. She's
Mm,
still young, but I think it's just because like the generation, they understand more and we talk to each other like if I have any problems and I tell her. She's the first person that I tell about any of my like accomplishments or like any projects that I'm working, just because I've learned, like going back to like one of our first questions is like when I do tell people about what I'm doing, they kind of like, why are you doing that, like you should just focus on one thing, like, and then it's just I've learned to not tell people what I'm working on because of those little comments is that's what's bringing me down. So like with Sophie, like she doesn't care. Like she, not that she doesn't care, but she's like always like, yay, like you do, like do you? And I always tell her, like I told her, I'm like, babe, like I got into this program and this brand, like I'm gonna rep them. And then I tell her like And then she's like, "Oh, what's that?" And then I gotta kind of gotta tell her like the whole like my plan. Like, babes, I know like this is just the beginning, but if I keep on going and I grow with this program and I sponsor them, like who knows what's the opportunities that I could have, and then also I could give to you guys as much like as I kept like finding that growth. And yeah, I love her. I tell her everything. She's the reason why I push myself more because I feel like as a little sister, I'm the oldest, so I was just like an only child for most of my lifetime, but I did have cousins and I would always like look up to them, like whatever they were doing, if they were getting ready for something, like, oh, I wanted to go or I want to do that. I would always, I have an uncle and I remember like when he had a girlfriend, like I was always like investigating and like in his room. And that's how my little sister is. Like everything I do, like when I'm getting ready to for going out or when I go to the gym or whatever, she's always there and she's like, "Oh, can I go with you?" So then that's why I feel like I have to be a great representation for her because maybe she doesn't say it, but mentally, whatever I do, it reflects on her and she wants to become better. So that's why I want to become better because I like what in our family, what we say is that like I'm supposed to be better than my mom and my mom's and then my sister's supposed to be better than me. Like we're not that we're like, oh, I'm better than you, like whatever, but it's just more like we always have to be, if you were here, okay, I'm gonna be you like right here, and that's just the same thing, and then we could just like keep on growing together. So yeah, that's a little bit about Sophie and my little sister.
Yeah, I love that accountability you have. And yeah, being the big sis, wanting that growth from somebody else too. Like you mentioned as well before the call, you see people growing inside of the community as well with strength.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you jealous. You said it says it motivates you. So why do you think that mindset shift has been so important for you? Where you constantly like you never feel jealous. Like I feel like you want the best for everybody.
Yes, and that is so true. Recently, since I've been more active, last past 2 months, it was just I wasn't as active on the app as much, or just with you guys. And then now that I told myself, okay, going into this year, I want to be active. I want to talk to people and just communicate with them, just because that's the whole part of strength. Like it's not just a gym brand that you're just gonna rep. Like it's you have a community of people, you have accountability, you have like, and then you have like the creators chat, like you're supporting each other when you're posting. um so going back to like what I was saying, why I want to see people succeed too is because I think it's awesome. Like let's just all succeed if we all have that same mindset. And I've talked to people, and then I recently been talking to someone, and his work ethic and how he like moves, I'm like, holy shit, like that's crazy. And then he's like, oh yeah, like that's normal for me. And like I always tell him, like I'm always like hyping him up, I'm like, oh my god, like you really got it locked in. And he's like, yeah, it's just like a normal day. But then that's when I see the difference, is because I didn't surround myself with people like that before. So like to me, it's not normal. But to him, he's like, yeah, this is just like a normal day for me. And then that's when it's like, fuck, like I want to be, I'm sorry, I don't know if I could cuss, but I'm like, oh my God, I want to be like this. Like if he thinks this is his normal day, like he said he had a rest day and then he went to go and help the community just for volunteer work. And I was like, that's amazing, because there's some people that are, oh, it's my rest day, I'm just gonna, and it's good to have like those rest days where you just relax, but then it's also good to keep on going. Like I feel like once you're in that, like in that mindset, in that, like I don't know what's that word, but like once you're in it, like you just want to keep on going. And I feel like that's what I found. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you got that momentum flowing.
Yes, the
Yep.
momentum. Yes, once you get that momentum, like you can't go back. Like once you feel like you've succeeded in something, why would you want to go back and just stay here when you just want to keep on going and create little projects or just do little things to help yourself mentally and physically? And then that's what I found with you guys. So I love that when I could meet people, and then also when they go through like their struggles. Like I met someone else too, and he went through like a lot of struggles, and he bounced back, and he was like 30, and or like, yeah, I think he was like around 30. And that's great too, because then I'm like meeting different ages, and I'm like, like sometimes it may be like in my 30s or maybe like mid 20s, like I'm not gonna not that I'm saying I'm not going to do good, but if it might go downhill, you could always like pivot back and go uphill. And then now, as he told me, like how he was a year ago to now, it's like, oh my God. And that's what I love. Like, I know I say this a lot, but that's what I love about this community is because that's who we are. That's like what strength represents. And I love the way you like put strength, rain inside strength, because literally, like, rain within you, like everything that you feel in here, like every people that are telling you can't do this or any um bad energy or whatever you've had from like in the past, then you come in here and you have these group of people that is just all like we all just want to support each other. And I think that's what makes us different from other gym brands, as long as like what I've seen. Like I haven't seen a community like us. Yeah. Sorry.
Let's go. I love everything you're saying. And yes, a little behind the scenes of strength here for the viewers as well. We used to, well, we've changed a lot over the years. Like this whole past year was just all innovation. It was like, how do we just kept tinkering and tinkering and trying to figure out how to make the program better and better. And I feel like we really have a strong flow. And like you said, that momentum, once you get that momentum going, if you try to iterate or try to change things, then you're going to slow down. So I love everything we got going right now. I'm so grateful to have people like you, Lizzy, leading from the front, and being one of the first people on this the show. It's a podcast, but we call it the show. And so for the viewers as well, a little behind the scenes, Lizzy and I recorded a really good interview like last week, and I was like, hey, can we do it one more time? Because it was so good, but I wasn't as prepared enough. And we really, as a brand, our culture is, quality, not perfection. It's progress, right? But I really wanted to make sure we got to tell your story the right way. So, Lizzy, going a little bit further into, if someone was considering joining Strength or trying the products for the first time, what do you want them to understand that we're about beyond just like the fitness and the aesthetics?
Okay. If you're trying, like, first of all, if you're in a point in your life, and I feel like maybe a lot, well, at least for me speaking, like in my 20s and like the friends that I've had around, I even mentioned this to one of my friends too. She's just been going through like a tough time, and I mentioned like the brand that I rep, and I'm like, babes, like you should try this out. Like honestly, I feel like this is what you need right now. Like it's a community of people that hear you out and they go through different things. So talking to anybody that's just listening right now, if you feel like you're in a tough spot, like if you feel like, what am I doing with my life? Like if you feel like you need that support, and then also if you're a gym lover, if you love just leveling up your life, this is the program for you. Like this is the brand for you. This is the community for you. Please, please, please take my word from it. How I was in October and November compared to now, I'm not the same person. I could tell you that right now. I feel different. I look different. Just starting going back into my routine these past weeks, I even feel more leaner. I feel better. I have more energy. And it's not just like I've said, it's not just a brand that sells supplements, and then gym wear, and then it's just like, okay, it's just like rep us. It's more than that. Like we have that stuff like that comes from the inside that some people are looking for, a community of people having accountability if you need that. Most of us do, because sometimes we just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. This is a great example. We just started the 28 art challenge. Everybody should do it. Honestly, just do it. Yes, let's go. Okay, we just did it. I freaking hate cold showers. I used to love them. I don't like them anymore. But I want to get back into it. I have been taking. This is my second day going doing the art challenge. Yesterday I need to take a cold shower. I did not want to. I was like, okay, I'm gonna cuss right now. Is that fine? Is that fine if I
Yeah.
cuss? Okay, I'm gonna be like, or I was like, freak, 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 like during the cold shower. But I knew because we had even in our brand, and once you get to know it, we have an app, and it's like the art challenge. So it's like literally every every chat has a different section that you could post or whatever, talk about. And then I see that people do the challenges, and I'm like, okay, if they could take a cool shower, if they could read for 10 minutes, if they could meditate, like, why can't I? So I'm like, you know what? Go in and just do it. And then, you got to put that song or whatever you have to do. But anyways, that was just an example, like how I'm saying, it's not just a brand that's like, okay, you got to do this and then just do it on yourself. It's a brand that you have that community. And I think having a community is so, so important. Like I said in my last interview, it takes a village. It honestly takes a village to do anything like in life, when it could go from your personal life to business to just anything that you want to level up, because you cannot do it on your own. Like, even if people say like, oh, I did this on my own, like, no, like, you are gonna need to get some help from somewhere and somehow, and just have that support. Because once you have that support and you have a great team, it's easier. I mean, it's not easier, but it's like, it's a little bit easier when you have those rough days, that you're like, you have someone to like fall back, and you're like, you know what, I had this and that and that, and they're like, it's okay, like, we all have our days, and they kind of like shift that mindset for you. And then, you know what, and then you're like, you know what, yeah, I do got this. Tomorrow's a new day. I'm gonna wake up and do better. And everything that I didn't do today, like, let's say my friend was like, or my friend Shane, like, he told me like whatever you told me, and gave me that advice. Because honestly, like, the community of people have gave me advice, and I don't even tell them like my problem. And that's the thing with me, like, I don't really like saying my problems, but I say it, and I communicate with them, and I tell them what I'm going through. And then they text me something, and I'm like, holy shit, like, this resonates with me so much. And like, I didn't even tell them my problem like that. And that's going back to like what I was saying. So if you are looking for somewhere or something to just change your life, and you want that group of people, join Strength. Literally, it will help you. And
Yeah.
like, if it doesn't, like, I don't know, like, I'll send you like like, I'll buy you like a smoothie for somewhere. But no, it literally will change your life. Like I said, the person that I was from October, from December till now, completely different. And I just feel so great. I mean, this is my first week that I've been locked in. No, this is my second week. It's gonna, like, this week will close it. My second week that I've been more consistent with everything that I have to do. And I feel better. And I just can't wait for the end of this month, for the end of the challenge. And then just for summer, of course, we're gonna get our bodies. We're all like working towards that. So it's so exciting.
Dude, excited about. And you reminded me of, I'm just gonna do a quick plug of the book, Scars of Strength.
Yes.
Dude, chapter 18, it's called Pour Out the Well or Empty the Well. And it's the idea that I think has really, it's why strength is successful, is because we're not afraid to share as much knowledge and information and as much as we can to our athletes and the people a part of it, because you don't gain anything by withholding information and or something that could help someone. If you know something and or if you could do something to improve someone's life, why would you not take a chance on that? Why would you not give it? And so our community, I'm so proud of the people who represent it, like yourself, Lizzy, that you got such a giving heart and you're not afraid to put yourself out there. Like you posted on your story a couple weeks ago that I reposted. You sent me this really nice text, and you do that once in a while. You're like, hey, just want to say thank you so much for building this amazing community. I'm back. That month you were a little out of it, but you're back now. And dude, it's so fun to run into people like you, because we're building the brand and the whole movement to be a 100-year brand. We don't want anybody to ever think, oh, like, just because I can't afford something, like, I gotta leave it. Like, no, we're trying to build relationships, because I heard a quote yesterday. It's like, your relationships are a reflection of how much you love yourself. And so the deeper relationships you're willing to have with others shows a lot about how you love yourself. And so I think you just do a really good job of that. So
I appreciate you, Shane.
yeah, dude, my sister has got the same name as you, kind of, Elizabeth.
Her name's
Yep.
Elizabeth? Wait,
Yeah,
what?
yeah, sure. Well, she goes by Betsy. It's kind of weird, but dude, yeah, I don't know that many Elizabeths, but obviously I call you Lizzy. So Lizzy, for someone listening who gives endlessly to others, but they feel drained themselves, So how is someone like yourself that, you give endlessly, like we talked about with loyalty, like pour out the well. You give endlessly, but sometimes for people that might do that, they might give a lot, but they feel drained. What's something that you would tell them that would keep them wanting to continue to, have openness and continue giving and, you know, putting their best foot forward, I guess, if that makes sense.
Um, what I would say is what I'm learning is creating boundaries. You could be so sweet, so kind, to everybody, but boundaries. Boundaries is something that I'm learning. Honestly, this was a quote that I put. Your life changes through better convo, better boundaries, and deeper conversations. And I think that's so true because as a person, like if you're like me and you love a lot and you like giving a lot, I'm pretty sure you like having those deep combos because that's where it comes from. That's when you get to realize the type of person you are. And then that's where the love even comes from more. So if you're like that, it's good. It's honestly so good. I love people. When I see someone that's like me, I'm like, oh my God, you're so sweet. Like, I love it. But setting those boundaries, that's something I'm working on because when you set those boundaries, you let people know, like, hey, I am sweet and I could still be sweet to you and I could support you and give you all the love. But if you're not doing that in return for me, I'm going to have to step away. Not because I want to, but because it's affecting me and I can't do that to myself. And like it's always important to love yourself first before you love others because if you keep on loving others, then you're gonna feel drained. And then like at the end of the day, like okay, like they're gonna be successful or they're gonna be doing good and they feel good, but how do you feel, you know? And it's important to ask yourself those questions. And it's so easy, like just maybe listen to a podcast or listen. You guys could read Scars from Shane. You guys, yes, yes. He has a lot of main points that he's hit there, and it's like he talks about his whole life too, so you could have a deeper look of that too. But no, just like having those conversations with people and not letting them walk all over you. I think that's really important. And going back, I feel like honestly, the community, going back to like what I've said, I know I always talk about this, but the community, oh my God, um, they they don't like this community doesn't make me feel like that. They don't make me feel like oh my God, like they're taking away my energy. It's like if I say something nice to them, they're like, oh my God, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. Like it's just so easy to be kind. So what I give to the people that are in my place and then they feel like they just give too much is set boundaries, find like self-help for yourself, self-love, join strengths because it's the best. And yeah, and honestly, I feel like those three main points is that you just need to find I mean, for me, that's what I was looking for, a community of people, because I know what I want. I just, what I was lacking was the people surrounding myself to help me get there.
I love it. And like you said, it takes a village, dude. That's so on
Yes.
brand with what we're about, dude. Gets me amped up. Have you ever heard of the game Clash of Clans?
Yes.
Did you ever play it or no?
No,
Yeah,
I think my boyfriend did. Like it's the one on the app on your phone, right?
yeah. You've probably seen it, but yeah, I had some nostalgia last night. I re-downloaded it for the first time in like 10 years.
Mhm.
I was trying to type in clock and it did clash and then definitely clicked on it. So yeah, anyways, I open that up. It says open. It's like you build a village essentially. And so I don't know why I had to bring that up here, but it relates to you. Community, village. It takes people backing you and having a stronger foundation that you can always know you can lean on that I think we can never take for granted. I'm very excited for what we're building here. So, do you have any last minute things you want to share with people about yourself, Lizzy, or any last?
Um,
I think we've covered everything.
I
Just about.
think I think we did. Okay, I wanted to say like I took a lot of notes last night. Oh, so I don't know if you're gonna put this in, but if you do or not, it's kind of really fine. But so Shane reached out to me yesterday, like we were gonna prep this and whatever. So I was just prepping myself a little bit, and I just took notes. And I don't know, maybe at night I just get a little bit more inspirational. Who knows? And then I was just like listening to a podcast, to just get my mind flowing of what I'm gonna say today. And I'm like, holy shit, like It was with Matthew Mc. Oh my God, McConaughey. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was with Jay Shetty, and it was just like in the beginning, and he was like talking about his worth ethic and like sorry, and how he like represents himself. And I'm like, oh my God, this successful man, he's like 50. And then I look back to the people in strength and I'm like, he has the same traits as the same people that are in here. So I don't know. I just was like, this is just crazy. But I just want to leave. Can I read this off? This was like one of my notes that I took yesterday. I put strength isn't just a gym brand, it's an accountability, support, love, and real connection. It's friendships, it's people who want more out of life, and I'm genuinely grateful that I get to be a part of it. Hearing Shane's story, reading about his struggles, and seeing how he turned his vision into a community is inspiring. I truly believe he'll be incredibly successful because what he built goes beyond clothing and just a brand. It's a family, it's a village. People from different places, backgrounds, and nationalities all come together for that same purpose. And honestly, that inspires me more than anything. It was just something that I wrote yesterday just because after like hearing that podcast, I was like, oh my God, I'm so thankful. And like, honestly, sometimes I thank the community a lot, but we have to thank the person who created this. And this was you. Without you, this wouldn't have happened. Without you, I wouldn't even been given this opportunity. You do a lot as a person that's in a family business. Sometimes my mom doesn't really get, because she's like, well, her and like I told you before, like my uncle and her are business partners, but sometimes they don't always get that like gratification or like, you know what, hey, like good job, you're doing good. And it feels good when someone tells you that. I mean, it feels good when someone tells me like if I'm doing my job good and they're like, oh, Lizzy, like thank you for doing that extra work because I'm more organized of what like whatever I'm doing at work. And it makes me want to do more and give more. And I feel like that's really important. And I just want to thank you, like and I will always thank you in like every convo we have because it is important to me that you feel that love and you feel that support because you do a lot. And I know I don't know you like a lot or I don't know you as close, but I could just tell you are a genuine person. And from reading your book, it gave me like a little bit more about you and like from you growing up to you, your struggles like like when you were turning like 20, and then you know how you were saying like it kind of like got to you a little bit and you were like partying and doing this, but then you're like you needed to refocus. I just think that's inspiring to me, especially I'm 22 and you're 25, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so you're 25, so it's like, oh, he's only a little bit older than me and he's doing all of this. And then going back to like what I said, it's not like I get jealous, like, oh my God, I'm gonna beat him, like whatever. No, like it's more like, you know what, we all could do this. Like, and I think with our generation and then with the generation coming, and of course the past generation, like it's just we all get different I don't know, like different ideas, and then we could just all come together and yeah, and it could just be amazing. So thank the family, the Shane family. Thank you, Shane. I thank everybody that helps from the the creators. I know you have some like I get the text like, oh, content creator, like they I guess like that's their position or whatever from the trainers from Diego. He's awesome. He'll be texting me. I love the meal plans. His workouts are fire. So it's just like the whole family and like that you guys have in like the background that does all like from the editor, like, you know, thank you, shout out to you, shout out to everybody, because it's not like I said, it's not just us. It takes a whole village to create something so amazing.
It took me a really long time to like figure out to build a team. Like you have to build a team. I can't do this all this on my own. I get so much motivation from your kind of testimonials and you saying all this, Lizzy. So thank you so much. Just know like I'm set for the rest of the month now with this conversation for motivation.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. The first 4 or 5
Oh,
years,
and also shout out to Bryce. I'm so sorry. I didn't mention him, but
Price
I
is
know
great. Yeah,
yes, like
all these people that you're mentioning, it takes, like you said, a village, and I'm really thankful for everybody to be a part of it because, yeah, as you learn in the book, like I don't know, law number 9 or 10, release the reins. I didn't know how to let go of control and how to trust people, so learned how to get the right people in the right spots of the bus, the right seats, and it's really paid off. So just wait. You're here, and it seems great now, but just wait. It's only going to get better. So
Yes. And I
yeah,
feel like that's how it was for you too. Like from you like working in just like a house to you getting on the news. Like and then I remember like you're going through a rough time with like Insta and everything. And then that was hard. But now look at you now. And then like you released your book and now you're doing the art challenge. So like of course like we have our ups and downs, but I love how we could just keep on going with it.
you're a beast. Yes, I agree. Cool. All right, guys. Lizzy, where can they find you on socials?
Oh, for social, you could find me on Instagram, live with Lizzy, LIFT dot with Lizzy. And then on TikTok, but it's okay. Like on my Instagram at the bio, it'll have my TikTok. My TikTok is different. It's Elizabeth dot Marie. Marie's my middle name.
Very nice. Very nice. Cool. All right. Hey, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, share it with somebody who might need to hear it. If you want to be the next success story, go to strength.com/athlete. Be amazing like Lizzy, and feel free to join the movement. But really appreciate you tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one.